apply the distance and midpoint formula. Okay, so the distance formula, somebody tell me what it is without looking.
X, the second x minus the first x squared plus...
Doesn't matter.
Nope.
Why not? Because when you square it, if it's positive or negative, it's going to end up being positive.
But if you
Okay?
but if you do it on one way, you gotta go to the other way.
No, that's just for slope.
That's just for slope.
Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't matter because either way you do it, you're going to square it, you still get the same answer. But that's fine. Hey, if that's how you remember it, then that's okay. Okay? Go ahead.
Plus y2 minus y1 squared.
Okay. That's the distance. What's the midpoint? Formula, somebody.
M parentheses x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2.
Yeah. So you're just getting the average of the 2 points. That's really what it is. All right, good. Example 1. 2, -2, and 6, 1. Find the distance, please. There are people that haven't done this yet, so we're going to let them do it. Find the distance. Work faster. Write faster. You are all too smart. This kind of goes through the motions. I did look at a test for Chapter 11 today, which is Monday, and the test you're going to take is, I thought, quite simple compared to the pretest. But so if you can do the pretest, then you shouldn't have any problems on the road. But hey, who knows? You might just screw it all up. All right, so this is what you should have gotten. Subtract your x's. Yeah, well, notice I went in different directions here. It doesn't matter. That's 4 squared. That's -3 squared. Square root of 25. Distance is positive. We got 5. Awesome. All right, so example 2. Here's your points, 13, -3, and b, comma 2. The distance is 13. I don't know what b is. If you want to call it x, that's fine because it's in the x position. So what you do is fill in the formula, and then you got to solve for that letter somehow. If you're totally lost, raise your hand and I'll go ahead and do the problem, as everybody else is doing. Okay? So let's set up the formula. D equals, subtract your x's, subtract your y's. Now let's fill everything in. D is 13. The x's have 13 in B. I'm just filling in everything, and then I'll take a look at it. So that's not a problem, is it? All right. So a -3 minus 2. Let's just keep going. I'm going to have to get b by itself, but it's inside parentheses. There's an exponent, and there's this radical. So we got to get rid of the radical first. How do we get rid of radicals? Square roots, I should say. Square both sides. 169 equals, now the radical is gone. This is -5 squared. Okay, so now I'm just going to figure out that binomial. Can we do the binomial? 13 minus b times 13 minus b. So that's 169 minus 26b plus b squared plus 25. Again, I'm going to rearrange this stuff, everything on one side, and in the correct order. So 0 equals, I'm going to put b squared first. The 169's cancel out. If I subtract this to that side, they're gone. I'm left with a minus 26b and a plus 25. And that is a trinomial that can be factored. So what do? You got to get rid of your radical first. Get everything on one side, and then hopefully you'll see that you'll get a trinomial that you can factor. If you can't factor it, what do you do? Quadratic formula or completing the square. Okay. But today, if you don't get a trinomial that factors, you might want to recheck your work. I don't know what the answers are, but I doubt you have many.
That's why I said restart.
Yeah, I doubt that you're going to have many that it does. Okay, so this is b minus 25, b minus 1. So b is either 25 or it's 1. Just curious, let's just grab this. 13, negative 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And something 2. Somewhere on that line. So we're either saying 25, 2. There, or 1, 2. Do those look like the same distance?
Yep.
So that's what you're really finding out. There's possibly a couple different answers that you're going to get. Without more information, we don't know which one is correct. Okay? All right. So example 3. That's just a visual for you. You didn't need to mark that right there. Just trying to get you to think. Negative 2, 3. Negative 2, negative 3. Find the midpoint, please. Add your x's divided by 2. Add your y's divided by 2. Y equals x times k. Or k times x. So k is just a slope. There's no b, like in mx plus 1. So to find k, y equals k times x, divide off the x. K equals the y value over the x. Remember? Yeah, we're going to do inverse variation in chapter 12, so you need to make sure that you don't get the two mixed up. All right. Sophie, what'd you get? Negative 4 over 2, 0 over 2. That's negative 2, 0. We got that right? Oh, you guys are brilliant. All right, let's see how smart you are. For those of you who have not seen this. 3, negative 3, and that's the midpoint. That is your midpoint. One of the endpoints is at negative 2, negative 4. Find the other endpoint. Now raise your hand for something. How many people would like to see how this is done? Okay. So what we have is your formula. X plus x over 2 and y plus y over 2. We already know what this is. That's the answer. That's what this is. So x plus x over 2 equals 3. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. And y plus y equals what? Over 2 equals negative 3. Now fill in what you know. I know one of these x's, and I know one of the y's. So I have x plus negative 2 over 2 equals 3, and then you would solve it. And on this one, I have y plus negative 4 over 2 equals negative 3. So what you need to do is set up the formulas that you've been given and solve them from there. Substitute all the information you know. Same thing with the distance. Do it. Finish it. So you will have to do this in your homework. You may have to do how to do it, don't forget how to do it. It's like direct variation. Don't forget the things of the past. That's why I make you mixture view. Right? So that when the end of course assessment happens, you will go, I don't know what direct variation is. How do I find the midpoint? Alright, multiply by 2, x plus negative 2 equals 6, add 2, x equals 8. That's negative 6, add 4, y. Negative 2. So the end point would be 8, negative 2. Alright, your assignment for this page, page 747, 4 to 40 evens.